What we have here is we've got the last round in Gold League. And we have Prisma, who's a young player who was a couple wins away. Like I think 2 wins away last time. Maybe 1 win away from making it to Platinum. And he fell short. He is currently first place in the group. Unfortunately, I'm forgetting already. Chat, please remind me, does he need 1 win? I think it's just 1. With 1 win, I think he secures himself in first place in this group and then moves into Platinum for the next season, which would be an amazing achievement. Yeah, 1 win. But on the other side, we have Villese. Villese, he might not go playoffs. If Villese was a player who was in the top 10 in the past, so Villese not going to playoffs would already be crazy, but he could also be relegated. So Villese really needs the wins. And yeah, he's over here as the Byzantines. And obviously for Villese, he's not as active as he once was. At one point, he was full-time AoE. And so I think part of that for him is why he is fallen down in level. But he's still got amazing mechanical shape. Very good game sense. Lots of experience in the pressure moments as well. So I expected Villese to be top of the group, to be honest. I thought he would go right back to Platinum. But no, it didn't end up being the case. Georgians for Prisma. And it's a good map for the good civ for this map. And Georgians with the free mule cart allow you to get the wood income quickly to get the dock up rather early. I'm not sure what I think of Byzantines right now, guys, after the changes. There's still a civ that if you don't take any early losses, they could just beat anyone. And so I think with that in mind, it's never a bad pick. But I don't know if they're necessarily a great pick. Because it's now fire ships and Dramans attack 25% faster, and they added in the Hulks. And in these tiny little water engagements we end up seeing on this map, it is always Hulks in the low numbers. So, yeah, maybe you could go fires anyways. But I think Hulks are designed to kill fires, so I don't have enough information there. I would say that Byzantines have definitely dropped off. I think they're going to change it. I mean, they should. If Byzantines truly lose their identity of being good in early, like feudal age, castle age water because of Hulks, I think maybe Hulks will get a boost. But guys, we have seen games be decided on denying the docks here. And actually, right there's an example of it. Villese wanted to push in the zebra, and he realizes, no, I need to protect my villager. But already being here and being able to complete your dock already is only a bonus that the Georgians could really have. And Prisma has also taken the right side of the middle island, and now Prisma is bringing his villager as well. So, yeah, Prisma is locked in right now. He understands the map well. Villese knows there could be some pressure here, and he gets some walls down. Does misclick it. And now he can actually complete his dock if he wants to. But Georgian start is just so good. Like, they'll have 2 fishing ships out before the opponent can do the same. So, a big reason why we see the Georgians. Prisma ends up bringing in that Rhino. Has a little bit of problems with it, but sorts it out, no problem. And he just goes back to his dock anyways. I think Villese is looking for the dock. He saw the villager, obviously. Would love the villager kill, and Prisma's locked in. So yeah, now your dock position is rather awkward. Now you're a bit further away from the shorefish. You also, if you're on these shorefish... Sorry, he's further away from the deep fish. But if you're on these shorefish, you can't easily wall in your villager like you can like this. So that dock position is no accident from Prisma. He knew he would beat the timing. He knew he could block it off. And with his build, he'll have a faster feudal age. He comes back home with the scout now. That'll also regen that bit of HP that he lost. Push in a final zebra. Maybe go over there and find the sheep. And I feel like he'll play full water here. Was Prisma born in 2009? Good question. How old would that make him? I don't think so. I thought he was 19. Wait, how old is someone who was born in 2009? Oh, God. He does have 09 in his name. That would be confusing. Doesn't Mihai also have... There's a bunch of players that have numbers in their name, and sometimes it's their birth year and sometimes it's not. I don't know why 9 would be there. I mean, I wasn't 90 years old when I created my name, so there could be some other reason. But yeah, I thought he was 19 or 20 years old. He and Lucho are very similar age. 2 young Argentinians who are very good. Lucho is hoping to stay alive in Platinum League, and Prisma hoping to get to Platinum League here. And Villese later defeated Ledge ever so slightly. He's going forward with 3 villagers. He does know where the opponent's base will be, and will he be spotted here? Oh, yup, he's been spotted. I think Villese is expecting to lose water. Remember, though, that you can garrison your fishing ships now. So that means you can survive a bit longer. And Prisma sees the barracks. It's really important that he tracks this. He needs to know what this turns into. If the villagers are coming forward, this will definitely be Spears and Skirm forward from Villese. Prisma hoping for the big walls. Prisma will immediately open up with 2 hawks to pressure Vilese's fish. Villese is not heavily on gold, so he can't make many hawks, but he will make the first one to defend. There's the archer range. Okay, according to Liquipedia, Prisma was born in 2006. How does that make you guys feel that Prisma was born in 2006, though? It's still pretty crazy to hear. Yeah, it makes me feel a little old. I graduated high school, what, like 2010, I think? 2011? And he was born in 2006, so... We have tournament matchups where we have a player who's 20 years older. Right? Like, Kapotch and Prisma played against each other. Kapotch is like twice his age. But so far, Prisma's played very well. Ooh, there is a hole there. Oh, that's so unfortunate. If he were to lose this villager, it'd be so annoying. He had almost the entire area walled up. He needs the quick walls, and he gets the quick walls down. And now he brings the scout. And now he can trap the scout as well. That is so well played. They're also looking over here at Spears and Skirms. They're also looking on water, where a fishing ship was sniped. But that is beautiful damage control from Prisma. And he kills the scout. And confidence with the defense and the walls so far. Tell me Villese knows he can garrison his fishing ships, though. That's kind of an important change. Does he just not? I mean, it doesn't do too much at this point. Yeah, he does. That's just too many hawks to deal with anyways. And he's really hoping that the Spears and Skirms can pay off. Prisma, though, just keeps fighting it back. He's bringing in his own Skirms. He's killed off one of the Spearmen. He'll bring the Scout as well. Look at this long wall he's been able to get. It's taken a long time for Villese to get the damage done. And Prisma up to 5 fishing ships working as well. And no real pushback coming from Villese. Guys, what Prisma's doing is something that someone does who just feels they're better, right? Super confident, aggressive walls. Lots of quick walling and saving all the vills. Nice job so far. Scout's still running around now. Now, it is rather awkward to have to match the opponent with your own skirms because you don't have the cheap skirms. But the fact that the reinforcements come from the middle all the time from Villese and they have to loop the whole way around makes it really difficult to reinforce this push. Now would be the time for Prisma to maybe take his berries. That's already happened for Villese. He's already transitioned into farms very nicely. And usually this push is not about winning the game right away. It's about just building up towards forcing your opponent to stay in Feudal Age and getting to Castle Age at a good time to spam more skirms and spears or go camels. But it's been impressive micro from Prisma so far. What does it mean when a match is clowny? Clowny's usually lots of monks. Clowny indicates like some type of arena game. The meme there is that arena players are clowns. And then arena players kind of refer to themselves as clowns. But then also they recently come up with that Arabia players are hamsters. So Prisma would be a hamster to them. But because his micro is insane. And honestly, his micro's just been incredible. Beautiful work here. 9-3 KD for him. Of course, water is all his. The eco situation's very deceiving, right? Because the fishing ships are not actively working at all for Villese. So those are just idle. And this is all from the starting scout, right? Yeah, that's actually a good point, mods. Could we add the exclamation in front of the command. That way, every time someone types the weird GG thing, it doesn't just auto spam. I don't know when the command was added, but that would be a nice change. Prisma will go into farms. Prisma's got beautiful value from the Georgian Scout, which auto heals, even though it's slow. And now Prisma will look towards Castle Age and probably look to continue the full walls here. But Villese will be up to Castle Age faster. The difference, though, is that Prisma will have the greater worker count. So as long as Prisma can hold, he should be in a very nice position. And this should put Villese under some pressure to either A, sneak back on water, which seems really difficult, or maybe B, just kill on land with a lot of fast army. Thank you, Fun Sponge. Dark Winter says it'll be weird when you get to a place and there are people who've been working there longer than you've been alive. Yeah, right? I mean, it makes people feel old to have these young players, of course, who were born after the year 2000 when the game came out, or, you know, when many people were young. But it's also really good for the game. There's a real genuine worry that there's not going to be new generation players for the game, right? And so the fact that we have a lot of young players who are playing so well and are so motivated to grind the game is awesome. So obviously it's lots of jokes about how, like, oh god, I feel old. But no, it's exciting to see that. And Prisma's definitely one of those players that Titans League was built for. He started in the lower leagues, has worked his way up, was really close to getting promoted last time, and now is one win away from being guaranteed auto promotion to Platinum. Now, Villese adds the Scout, so we'll kill off those skirms. Villese will still be in Castle Age about 90 seconds faster here. Wondering what Prisma's going to do. He's adding a lot of fish. He really needs to get fishing lines, though. I think people are just not used to getting that. But you have gill nets in Castle Age, and you have fishing lines in the early stages. Yes, Prisma will have the big worker lead, but there will be town centers for Villese pretty quickly. Add some camels with the scouts to kill off the skirms. I think maybe Prisma overmade skirms. And so now it's like, what unit do you make against camels then? Well, if it's, what is it, cav archers or pikemen? Well, that could die to skirmishers, which Villese is still adding and can always make more of on the cheap. So I think Villese is giving himself a really nice opportunity here. He's walled this side. I love the town center position, protecting the opening on the front. And I love the engagements here. Prisma's still going for crazy house walls to be walled up on the back side, but doesn't really have a lot of army right now. I think the walls are pretty epic, though. Like, if his base is open at all, then the camels and the skirms could be in. I'm assuming there's no holdback here, and if there's no holdback there, he's pretty well secured. Has the time. And it drops the second town center. Has two ranges, so he's playing cav archers now. And Villese has run a long way to get here just to be walled out. He's not going to get through with that army anytime soon, so he'll now knock on the door on the front. Yeah, 3 ranges for Prisma. Which I like. I think you need some type of mobile army. He should have the time with the walls to build up a decent mass of cav archers, but Byzantines still have the cheap skirms, and we have TC number 3 right now for Villese. Do you guys remember the thing that Dave and I would always say about Villese when he was at his peak? The thing you'd always expect? I don't know if chat really remembers. I feel like Dave and I would reference it every time. Smallsville, thanks for the dono on YouTube. This is want to send some gratitude for keeping AW2 alive. Been watching since 2017. Big love from the UK. Hey, thank you. Yeah, 3 TCs with Villese. Doesn't matter what happens. He gets to Castle Age. He transitions into 3 TCs just perfectly. And that's what he's done. And Prisma, okay, now he gets fishing lines. Yeah, he's on 2 TCs, but he doesn't have the third. And Byzantines are, as boring as the description is, they're Byzantines, right? Like, and they just don't really die. They do what they do very well. About to be the third relic for Villese. Prisma didn't ever scout this. That is 3 villager kills that he could get. I don't think he's ever thinking that Villese would be down there. He's looking for a counterattack, but luckily for Villese, he'll see this a long way away with the Byzantine vision. So I think he spots this. He can just turn around with his army. The town center being there is critical here because it fully protects him from the CA. And yep, CA are there. They find the town center, and now the skirms can turn around and come home. Skirms don't have armor yet. Villese converts a cav archer, though. That's not too bad. Skirmishers could turn right around. And yeah, still 3 town centers for Villese. Prisma has a decision to make now, because it's kind of difficult to go home with these CA, but you don't want to lose them. I can definitely tell Villese is a little rusty. Like, this whole army should be chasing, and it's taken him a while to get the army all the way back. But he is still trying to be aggressive and keep an eye on the front, too. I think if the skirms were clicked backwards immediately, it would be better. Also got housed pretty badly right now. Yeah, really badly housed, actually. So, just a sign that he's not up to speed with the multitasking. Oh, God, this is so painful. Build a house. Build a house. Build a house. My God, he's been guys, he's been housed for like a minute. So his town centers are not producing. His military buildings are not producing. Oh, that's a bad one. It's a really bad one. It's really rare that you see it for that long at this level. But he still has the map control. He still has 3 relics, and he still has elite skirmisher. And pretty soon ballistics will be in as well, so maybe he'll end up killing these cav archers. Might even end up getting this relic. There's hawks patrolling back and forth, so he has to get the timing right, but... Normally now you'd see the Byzantine player want to get to stone. I think he hasn't been able to do so because the stone's been blocked off, but now we might see the villagers head that way. More army from Prisma running forward. Villese sees him coming, and Villese has the camels and the skirms around. He'll lose the monk. But Villese is starting to click a bit economically now. Farms are coming up. He's not housed anymore. The military is such an issue. I don't know what you make against skirms and camels, except for hoping your cav archers can take decent trades. Oh! Monk goes down. Nice shot from Prisma. I guess he saw that. And he also got away with the cav archers, which felt like the most important thing. Still, though, does have some pressure on the front of his base, and he might need some army mixed in with the cav archers. He is dropping churches everywhere, which increased the work rate with the Georgians. But I still don't think this is a fight that he's going to want to take. Once the other skirms get here. Cav archers are coming back, though. And where's the rest of Villese's skirmishers? He had his skirmishers around somewhere. Oh, they're still at home. Again, you could tell he's a bit rusty. He got housed. He's about to get housed again. He just left his skirms at home. He left his skirms at home. Didn't advance forward. Doesn't have the army where he needs it. It's funny, though, because Prisma will never expect the skirms to still be standing there. So, at least Villese defends, but now Prisma can take the hill. I mean, if you play Cav Archer and Manaspa, it can win the fight. Cav Archers can kill the camels, Manaspa can kill the skirms, but it can also go the other way around. And at least in the case of camels, the camels can kind of kill both if they're close enough. The issue is camels are not very tanky, right? But Villese is on the way to the Imperial Age. Prisma's about to be. I don't think having 4 relics is as important on this map as getting all the additional stones and golds. Lots of gold up here, lots of stone and gold down here. So 4 relics is never going to hurt. But it's not a complete game changer here, in my opinion. Here goes Villese. He wants the relic again. Huh? Can he make it? Oh, dude he might make it. And actually, Villese will attack it. And I think the villager gets converted. Yeah, villager will get converted. The monk will survive. Skirmishers are chasing down here. And Villese deleted the Vil. That's funny. I'm worried for the cav archers. Prisma keeps trying to do a lot. He keeps trying to raid. But Villese could just see him. Villese has struggled to keep track of the armies, but he's been pretty well walled. And now you've got skirms coming from this angle with camels and skirms coming from this angle. So this could be a waste of army for Prisma. He might need some backup. He might need the Manaspas here. But there will be camels around from Manaspas. And Villese gets a perfectly timed fight. This is right before Imp. That's a full clear of the army. That's huge. And again, Manaspa just feels like a question mark as well. Population's even. Some of the economy, as the monk gets the relic there for Prisma. Some of the economy is always exposed for Prisma on the shoreline as well. We can't forget about that. Villese will drop his first castle, but ideally this would have been built already, so he can immediately make Trebs. Prisma keeping a close eye on the south. I'd like to see both players consider getting some towers up down there. I think that's an option for Prisma because he already has 2 castles on the front of his base. He's got 15 Manaspa queued in 1 castle, so I think a bit of panic here for him. Definitely over-queuing the military. Hopefully he realizes that. He'll probably realize when he goes to get techs, and yeah, he cancels them now. But it's going to be mainly Manaspa now. And that will be against Heavy Camel from Villese. Villese can see everything. The monk actually serves as an outpost in the north. And then he sees both the castles here. This will come down to one really big engagement. I think a key upgrade for Prisma would actually be ballistics. Because he'll have double castle firing on the camels, potentially. The fact that he has Bodkin is already really good. The fact that he has Elite Manaspa right now is also really good. He could maybe take a fight before Heavy Camel's in. But Manaspa aren't the tankiest cav. They do a lot of damage. They do die pretty quickly underneath castles and against camels. I'd like to see another castle for Villese. Prisma wants to fight because he doesn't see Heavy Camel yet. But it's the worst time because Heavy Camel's about to come in. Yep, now Heavy Camel's in. I don't think you want to take this. He takes it. Okay, he patrol stacks, which Villese might not be up to date on. And with the patrol stack, that's a much better engagement. He takes the fight. He wins the fight. And Prisma's still losing his castle, though, so he does need a reaction. The units are going to run through. Yeah, Prisma's hoping to distract this army. So you have the Manaspa in the back, setting up future Manaspa to snipe the Trebs. Can Villese keep up with this? He really struggled to keep up with things before. These Cav Archers also made it through and forced garrisons. It's big raids. Villese doesn't have the food eco right now, guys. He does not have the food eco. He had so many villagers garrisoned, so many idols. Here come the Manaspa for the Trebs. There are some monks there. There need to be villagers for repairs because Manaspa will shred the Trebs. Does he get it? He doesn't get it! If you're hard committed towards unique units and you lose your castles, you can hit a massive wall here. Again, ballistics isn't in, but still with 2 castles, camels probably aren't going to be enough. But, oof. One of the Trebs for Prisma goes down. The other Treb will be saved. Farmers are back to work for Villese. It still feels very scattered economically for him. But luckily, his camels are cheap. And luckily, he's Byzantines with a lot of stone to repair. And he can now gather up all his camels on the front. He might need to go in and out of his castle here to get the camels to the other side. Prisma dives for the Trebs again. It's an expensive cycle. For a player who's not taking any of the golds in the north, a player who's not taking any of the gold in the south, it's a very expensive cycle that Prisma has found himself in. His units just die so quickly. And I honestly, I think Villese is going to make it happen. I think Prisma can only continue to try and do the same exact things he's been doing, which is go raid. He's losing his fishing ships in the north right now, so he'll probably send some Manaspa up there. Villese will struggle with bomber cannons. Manaspa are just too fast. It's the right idea, though. Can he get the kill on the Treb? Fire. He doesn't get it. Nice repairs from Prisma. Manaspa make it through again. Trebs still need to be protected at all times. But you also can't let your eco die, so you have to get the ratios right. Villagers are in the south now for Prisma, so he'll take more stone and gold down there. Villese isn't chasing with all the camels. He has lost that castle, and still Prisma is repairing. Villese is just late to reacting, guys. See how he's always has units standing around. He's not able to select all of his units. But when he does find the units, he does clear them quickly. And he doesn't want to send everything back, so... If it wasn't clear to him before, it's clear to him now exactly what the game plan is for Prisma. That should be cleared. There's nothing more that he can do. And there's still monks, and there are a lot of camels waiting on the front. Villese does need to repair this castle, though, because his castle's getting trapped. What a game. Reminder, Villese needs to survive, potentially get playoffs to make platinum. There are no guarantees right now. For Prisma, he needs one win in the series to become platinum. This could be that win. It's crazy how quick Manaspa spam, because he only has 2 castles. He's outproducing Manaspa. It's 5 stables for Villese, and still that's enough, but... Oh, man, Villese will come to the south. That's important to notice. I think both players will be looking here. That's a big Treb stack. Here we have the stand ground patrol. But honestly, that's not the engagement that you want at all for Prisma. The hill is always there for Villese. He still has the Trebs firing. He'll take down a castle. I'm sure of it. Halb upgrade seems very late for Prisma. He's trying to make the tech switch. He loses a castle. Villese loses a bombard cannon. He goes in with his camels to take the Treb. Camels don't take down Trebs quickly, but he does take it. Does he have enough here to take the game and bring this back? He was so far behind economically. I think camels are just the better unit here. It's so cheap with the Byzantines. And the castles are needed for the Manaspa. And the Manaspa get completely shredded. And now he can't even produce anymore. Down here in the south, we have a castle from Villese. That castle will actually complete. Prisma will build his own castle there to secure the area. But what happens if he just loses the front of his base? Byzantines just have every answer, guys. Every answer you could want. Skirmishers can still help against the Halbs. That's still cheap. You can go for hand cannons, too. Castle down. Should be, anyways. Okay, yeah. Villese... Villese notices that Prisma's building a castle there. But honestly, you need gold if you're Villese, so maybe just build a castle right here and just take this gold. The economy is amazing for Prisma. He just has to find the military now. The problem is it's not Halb and Manaspa. It's just pure Halb, which means that Villese can play full range unit. But I like this from Prisma to at least keep Villese busy. Villese is shifting his Trebs down here to go for the castle, though. I don't know. I still think Villese is shaky enough where Prisma starts to get some raids. Maybe this could be a game changer. But he does need stables for that. And he need like 5 stables and play light cav for raids, which he's never really done. He just had the castles. Villese will never lose this castle. He'll always repair it. And Prisma has no stone income, so he'll have to use what little gold he has to buy stone to repair. It's a really difficult situation for him. And all his army is back here defending. And Villese will just come drop a castle exactly where we said. This is Byzantines. They struggle in the early game, right? Like, Villese was behind big time in the early game. It's funny, now Villese can't repair this castle because he's placed this one. But in late game, there's just not many civs that can compete. And Georgians has a weaker late game than many civs give them credit for. And one of the Trebs gets sniped. The next Treb will get sniped. The repair villagers are getting sniped. Castle will stay up for Villese. And the GG is called. And no guarantees for Prisma at the moment. Villese takes the first game. Wow. Look at the difference in resources collected, guys. There was not a single point in this game where Villese was ahead in res collected. Not a single point. But he held on. He stayed consistent with the town centers. He played for the fast imp. He played towards the strong castles and the Trebs. And he correctly read the game and knew that Prisma was going to go Manaspa. I think for Prisma, he actually made many right decisions in this game. He needed Halbs a little bit faster. If he's able to take these fights and he goes Halb and Manaspa, big difference maker. It's really tough for the camels to engage there, but he was too hard committed to the Manaspa there. 32,000 food brought in there from Prisma. Also brought in a lot of wood, but yeah, he didn't bring in as much gold. And the units for Byzantines are just super cheap as well. So Villese had more gold collected, and he didn't spend as much gold in his units. I mean, Villese had more gold and stone. So, I mean, maybe it wasn't as bad. I guess it was just the food economy for Prisma back at home. But maybe he just needed helps a little bit faster there. Remember the stakes. For Villese, if he wants to go playoffs, he probably needs to win the next 2 games to guarantee that. Prisma, to get into Platinum League, which is the top league in our scene, he needs just 1 win here. But the nerves might start to rise a little bit right now. We've got bypass game number 2. And this is Villese's home map, actually. So Prisma loses the first game, chooses to go to Villese's home map. And Villese comes forward with a villager at the start through the opening, and we'll go for some walls. So he doesn't want any early pressure, clearly. And he'll wall up the front, which is the strategy we've seen. Now, I've seen Ethiopians before. Who remembers my cast of Ethiopians and who it was? Because I do. And I think Prisma is stealing, maybe stealing a strategy from somebody. I don't remember the matchup, but I'm pretty sure Wide did it, right? And Wide is second in this group. But who did Wide do it against? It was like the first week, too. Maybe on Liquipedia we could see. It was Ethiopians against Mongols, was it? And what I think the build might be is an all-in push. Super fast castle, and then Rams and Scorpions. Which Ethiopians don't really have any, like, specific bonuses for, but they get the plus 100 food and plus 100 gold when they make the next stage, which means they can go for a really fast castle time. Yeah, chat, if you could look that up, that would be amazing. So I think Prisma, he's not very comfortable on closed maps. This is a comfort pick for Villese, so he's gonna go all in. But I think if Villese knows what I know, he should go fast castle into a bunch of monks to completely shut it down. And just go monks and siege. And honestly, even if he doesn't know it's coming, he might want to go monks and siege anyways. It was Wide as Ethiopians, and he beat Prisma. Okay, there we go. Thank you, D-Freaking. Yeah, there you go. So Prisma's probably going to do the same build that killed him in the first round. Makes sense, right? I think there's a lot of logic to it. It clearly felt like it was very strong. But does Villese know? Like, did Villese watch it all the way back in the first round 5 weeks ago? I don't know. I think this is a good home map for Villese. He's a player who's so good with economy, as we saw in the previous game. Previous game, he was behind 12 fishing ships, and he still brought it back. The faster he gets to town centers, the better for him, but I think what he's about to face is a really fast uptime. It was one of the fastest castle times I've seen in competitive AoE. I think it was like 20 Vils or 19 Vils. And you basically don't plan around any eco upgrades. You just plan on double siege workshop, 2 scorpions, 1 ram, and you kill as quickly as possible. Sam the Bald is asking, could they be watching me on a second screen with no delay? There's a spec delay for live games. So it's 2 minutes of of normal time, and whatever that equates to in Age of Empires time. If someone were to try and spec cheat, they would not have the information at the right time. Yeah, this is the same build. This is 19 pop FC. Let's see if he can do it though. Yeah, anytime there's live games, there's a spec delay for fairness. I don't know. This isn't the cleanest eco underneath the town center. Usually the way it works, guys, when someone tries to steal a build, it's always a little scuffed. I doubt this is something he's practiced. It probably just happened to him, and he's like, well, that was OP, and that's easy. Let's see if he can get the res. Lots of Vils moving in and out of the TC. These villagers underneath the town center kind of have looked like Twitch chat right now. They're being efficient at work, but they're a little distracted. They're bumping into each other. You guys are taking your time. You're supposed to be working, but, you know, you're not really. You're watching the stream. That's fine, though. If I could give you guys any career advice, it would be don't be too efficient as an employee. Because if you set the bar too high, you can never go back. That's my work advice for you guys. Work at 70%. And then if you ever work at 80%, they're like, damn, what an overachiever. Let's give him a promotion. Just don't work too hard. Genuinely. If you work too hard, they take you for a ride. Says the guy who talks about video games for a living. But yeah, don't listen to me. Don't listen to anything I said. Don't listen to me. Don't take any career advice from me. Seriously. But also, that's probably not a bad policy. Okay, market, blacksmith. He will sell the stone. It's just, can he end up getting the food and the gold? Didn't mine any gold for this. The only gold spent was gold for loom, which is questionable. I don't even think you need loom for this. Right? Because, okay, there we go. Drop off the food. There we go. Okay. Everything to wood, everything to gold. Double siege workshop, scorpion incoming. And what is Villese doing? Hi. This is going to be a pretty fast uptime compared to what we typically see. This is all in. I don't even think you get eco upgrades. I also don't think you can afford double workshop, to be honest. This will be a 12-minute castle age time. Obviously, on normal arena, there's stone walls, and you're further away from each other. But because it's just palisade walls here, you can get through very quickly. Market blacksmith from Villese. Now, there's two things going through my mind. One thing you could do is you could, if you're expecting the pressure here, is you could go market and blacksmith to block this. And block the pressure. But that's actually quite bad. Because then it will get rammed down, and then you don't have your market when you really need it. Dude, a stone wall from Villese would be so epic right now. He's going to stone. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And that's not what Prisma did, because when Prisma died to this, he didn't expect it, right? That's so good. Also, Prisma is getting trolled by a zebra right now. Zebra's just not having it. He's just not having it. But Prisma, maybe you should do something about the stone walls coming up on the front, because you need a win here, pal. Hi. And that stone wall gives him so much time against a really aggressive approach. Let's see. I would have loved an outpost as well, so we could see what was coming. Now, I still don't know if that means Villese knows the pressure's coming in. But that is a 12:07 castle age time. When Y did it, I think it was before 12 minutes. God, an outpost would do so much for you here, so you would not be surprised by the pressure. If he adds town centers, he'd be dead. I think he's going to add town centers. And I don't know about dead. We'll still see, because he has a lot of time. Prisma deletes his walls. Okay, so that should tell Villese, if he's paying attention, that pressure's coming. He goes for a mangonel instead of a ram. And now Villese definitely notices that. And he will see the siege. I think Villese can pivot. It's actually perfect for Villese. The stone walls give him time to think about this. It's before he commits to town centers as well. His civ gets the free vills, right? So his civ will have the much better eco. I think you just play full monks here. And there's not a lot that Prisma can do with this economy. His eco is at the limit. And he's still mad at the zebra. Look at this. He's trying to get it unstuck. Watch it get stuck in another choke point now. But, okay, I mean, you're going mangonels. Your opponent knows you're going mangonels. Villese will go for a siege workshop. Interesting. I mean, if you just go for a siege workshop, it's just a mangonel war. And which you can lose. I would have gone for monks. If you go monks, you can just get redemption and lock it down, and Bengalis have really good monks. But you could, in theory, still do both. He did finally kill the zebra. TC is starting to idle for Prisma because this build is so all in. But he will be through. But guys, the stone walls, was so important here. Will we see a monastery at all for Villese? Doesn't seem interested. But now there's another piece of Stonewall. This just becomes a Mangonel micro game. Yep, finds the other piece of wall. Mangonel is there, so the ram can't really be utilized. But Prisma's micro is insanely good. And especially now that he's not really booming. Like, especially now that his eco's kind of off. He should be focusing more on the micro. Or not. And I'm wrong. He's adding farms. He's getting relics. So he's kind of bailing on the approach, I feel. Also, you should delete your gate if you're Villese, because your opponent can shoot the gate and it would do damage in the middle of it, which is where your unit will come through. So and the gate also blocks you. Just delete the palisade walls. Yeah, like that gate actually makes it easier. Yeah, it's exactly what you do. Yep, and now he deletes it. All right. Well, Micro will continue. Maybe we'll see the stone purchase for Prisma, so we can go... Oh, my God. So we can go for a second TC. But it's just Siege Micro right now. Siege Micro and some balance of economy. Even if you take down the wall, it doesn't really do much because you don't have anything else but your scout. But I guess the scout can still help against the Mangonels, so... Les has been patient. I split Micro from Prisma. Oof, really close for Villese losing a Mangonel. He backs up. Yep, moves to the side. Dropping the monasteries now. Yep, and 2 monks with redemption shut down this entire push, guys. Villese just needs to hold. Ideally, you wait to take any engagements if you can. And Villese, too good. Guys, what is happening? What is happening? These gold groups have been crazy, man. Like, what we saw yesterday, we've never seen before. And now, like, if Villese wins this game, Prisma falls out of first place if he loses game number 3. This is going to be so intense. And Prisma does have decent economy behind this, but the idea was to kill quickly and surprise the opponent, just like he was surprised. And Villese is just defending from this so nicely. Hasn't lost a unit yet. He has his scout there. Well, now the scout's dead and the Mangonel's dead, but redemption will be in. Mangonel goes down. Scout comes in to attack the Mangonel as well. That's a problem. Once redemption monks move forward, this is over, man. Yeah, he'll kill it with the scout. And now you can move forward with your siege and your monks, and you can move right into Prisma's base. Ethiopians do not have an answer to the enemy monks. I don't even know. Do they get atonement? Okay, technically you could get atonement and try and convert the enemy monks. But you're only on 1 monastery. This could get out of hand very quickly. I think Villese should actually delete his walls now. Yeah, now redemption's in. So now we can just convert the siege. And if you... So your siege can't be used. Your siege workshop can be converted. So you probably have to delete that. And then atonement can come in as well for Villese. So Villese could just end up converting... Yeah, he converts the Mangonel. I mean, Villese could do anything he wants right now. The Mangonel is in on the wood line. Siege Workshop is getting converted. Amazing play from Villese. Again, I was shocked he was even in this situation in the first place. The fact he had 6 wins in the group coming into round 5 is just... Based on what we know Villese could do, a little bit of a surprise. Shows how strong the groups have been, of course. Only way he loses now is if he doesn't scout the approach from Prisma. Prisma sees monks in siege. He wants to try light cav. But if this gets spotted, I think Villese can always add a barracks and mix in some spears. Yeah, he sees the stables now. The thing, too, is, like, if you have enough monks, you can actually just end up taking down, just converting low numbers of light cav as well. Oh, man, losing the market is also so painful because he needs that. Look, he just used the market while he still could. Oh, man, now Villese stole his market, too. Props to Prisma, but, okay, yeah, he's dead. I mean, even if he clears the monks, he's completely outboomed. It's going to be 3 TCs for Villese. Villese 2-0 up Prisma does have his home map. This was not his home map. It was clear it was a strat that he just died to before, so he tried it himself. But Villese must have done his homework. And the stone walls were everything there. The stone walls gave him time to react, but also it gave him the information because his opponent had to break through. It was the perfect play against that strategy. Game 3. Big game. So if Villese wins this, it's likely he's third place and he's into the playoffs, okay? He goes for his number 1 civilization pick. If he does go to playoffs, potentially faces doubt as well. We still have a lot of things to be decided in the group, but that is a very high possibility. What we know with 100% certainty is if Prisma wins, he immediately goes to Platinum League, and he will be in at the top of the game, 64K League for the next season. If he loses, he is playoffs. And the storyline with Prisma was that Prisma was in the playoffs last time, and he ended up losing to Lucio, so he was very close and didn't make it. But he's been first place the whole league, guys. The whole time he's been first. He just needed 1 win today, and now he's in the final game. Now, this is Khmer's best Prisma. Sorry, no. This is Prisma's best Civ. He loves this Civ. He likes to go all in with scouts. I actually quite like the Khmer here. I don't understand what this build is, though, Prisma. Get some food. Oh, my God. He's doing too much. He's scouting with the sheep. Get a sheep underneath your town center, dude. Well, he will get the boar, but he's going to get the boar late. I think he might be choking a little bit. He will be late with the food underneath the TC. Hopefully, he doesn't have any TC idle time. But yeah, the plan for him is to probably go full scouts to match the Khitan scouts. Khitans get double forging, which makes them the stronger scouts initially. But normally, not getting bloodlines is also a downside. Yeah, in the end, Prisma shouldn't have any villager idle time. It's not too bad. Lumber camp's fine. He'll bring all his sheep home. He's also pushing in the second deer, which you're able to do here. Definitely feels like a matchup that neither player is going to want to take risks and take the side res. Villese has already brought in the second deer as well. Villese likes his walls. Both players will want that. I could see the walls coming up pretty easily for both. Gold's in the back and berries in the back for Prisma. That's a very nice wallable map for slopes. It's also pretty wallable for Villese, but he has more work to do to protect the berries. But yeah, I expect scouts. I expect spearmen. And Prisma will go crazy with the scout numbers. He actually loves the Khitans as well. I think probably his 2 best civs are the two K civilizations, right? Is there another civ that starts with K? I just remember Prisma on the Red Bull ladder was spamming scouts with the Khitans as well. Oh, Koreans, of course, yeah. All right, there's another one. I don't think he's very good with Koreans. How could I forget about the Koreans? Well, scouts forward now. They've pushed all the deer that you can push on the map, so it makes sense for the scouts to move forward. Get a feel for what the base looks like. And you should never run your scout into your opponent's TC because the TC position is fixed. And I bring that up because Villese is running this way. And he veers off to the side after seeing a straggler tree. UD Strange, welcome. UD Strange is asking me for parenting advice. My parenting advice is to not ask someone who talks about video games on the internet for parenting advice. That's my parenting advice. I do not have children. So I don't know if I'm necessarily the person to come to for parenting advice. But if it's Age of Empires advice, you know, I could probably help you there. Prisma will pull the villagers to the back to build a second lumber camp. My parenting advice would be have them learn 2 hotkeys a week. That way, by the age of 9, they are insane. And they can't do their chores until after they've practiced their Age of Empires build orders. Is that good parenting? For me, I could never play video games until I did my chores, but I debate doing it the other way around. You can't do your chores until you practice your AoE. Nah, don't do that. That's probably not good advice. Khmer don't have to build the barracks, so they can go instant stable. A bit weird from Prisma. I'm not sure. Are we going full wall or not? I wouldn't mind getting the full walls down, to be honest. Just play super safe. But that would affect how much army he can make. I think he's gone very heavy on wood for this build. I don't think you really need to be floating this much wood, but I think it's all wood that he can spend. Prisma lurking around with the scout. I wonder how nervous he is right now. Everybody knows. There's no surprise. Like, maybe the 3 minutes in between games, he pulled up the stats sheet on our website just to double check. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure he knew he just needed one win today. He's seeing all the signs that Prisma might be a little bit nervous. Again, at least in Dark Age, it has to be some nerves at play. But I think the key is to get some full walls down, because you can't make spears. Sometimes it can be rather annoying to get pressured with spears. Villese likes his walls as well. He falls back with the scout. He's going to get domestication. So his pastures will have more food on them. So sometimes you see that skipped over if you want the fast forging, but Villese is not really an all-in type player. He tends to play passive. Here comes... This could be a problem for Villese, though. Big walls on the side. Villese is hoping to protect his walls, but there are the villagers exposed. Another scout's on the way. Villese has to pull back. Scouts and spears are out of position for him. Additional scout comes in from Prisma. Meanwhile, Prisma's getting the full walls down. Lots of farms with the Khmer. But I think Villese should be okay here. I can probably just bring a villager back to finish the walls. Yeah, this could be a really long game. I'm curious about the transitions, though, right? Because when people are walled like this, you typically see the temptation to switch into ranged units. So you can fire over the wood lines and the walls. But it's not really a ranged unit matchup at the same time. And Prisma acting like he wants to take that spearman now. Villese is bringing his scouts back as well. And Prisma will run in. Prisma sees the scouts, and Prisma backs away. So yeah, well calculated so far. I think both players are pretty happy here. Villese has had to work a bit harder because he's had more to wall, but he's got a lot more in his base. And he was able to squeeze in domestication for the pastures, and pastures are very strong. He's kept track of the scouts. And Prisma's still not on gold. 11 farms already. You need the full walls here, guys. Don't wall in towards your town center. It's very, very poor these days. Players will just run right by. Villese double checking that he's fully walled, which he will be unless he overchops the wood line. So now he can send his army forward. And this is where Prisma needs a wall from here to here and here to here. You can never wall in towards your TC. Prisma, you know your opponent is fully walled now. The army will be coming forward. You have to be fully walled here. The scouts are going to run right by. Oh, man, I'm so surprised he didn't. Can you imagine if he commits? Prisma's very lucky. If he committed there and also had forging on the scouts, that could have been really annoying. But Villese doesn't like those risks. I think he's happy with his position. He'll still fall back. Hate that lumber camp, but I've seen worse this tournament, believe it or not. And he does need another wood line, and he is going to get forging now. But, I mean, Prisma's still not walled. I guess the units could run by. I like how Prisma's played this. He's clearly planning on Castle Age. I'm sure he wants to spam more scouts, but he's just waiting until he's in Castle Age to do so. But there's no way, even if you hit Castle Age faster, there's no easy way that you use your Castle Age advantage here if you're Prisma. So I think if Villese just has more time to cook in Feudal Age with the pastures, he's happy. And double forging is in. Yeah, I don't think Prisma knew. And that was not the fight he wanted to take there. And now the scouts could start to attack the houses. Probably just 2 more houses coming for Prisma to keep this army out. And now he adds the archery range. But yeah, that house is going down quickly here. Can 2 villagers out-repair the damage? Prisma comes by just so the scouts don't attack as much. But Villese should know exactly what he's doing. I don't think 2 villagers out-repair that. Not long term. And the spearman's there. That needs to be repaired with multiple villagers or you're in trouble here, Prisma. He is on the way to Castle Age. Resources are looking very nice for Villese, though. He's forcing lots of reactions. Crazy patience from both players here. Prisma's just waiting for one archer behind. I love how Villese just didn't even go after the scouts. Just continues to try and attack the house. Pastures are looking pretty good. I think Villese having that big chunk of wood in the back could be a real game changer here. And he moves off the house after seeing the archer. And now it's double archer range from Prisma. But guys, I don't think he want... Double archer range was not his plan. I think he's going to play cav archers now or something. But I think he's going double range because he really felt like he needed something other than scouts there. Wow, that could have easily been a hole. Nice shot from Prisma to notice that. Prisma does need a couple more houses here, and now he's moving forward. Also could be an overchop. That tree is 60 wood. Villese needs to be paying attention there. I mean, I think Prisma won't notice it. But Villese didn't move the villagers. Villese is on the way up. Villese saw the ranges, so I think he's expecting that there's going to be some cav archers, and he will start to mass some skirmishers out of the range. Very close game. I'm so worried for Villese because of that, though. He definitely doesn't notice that. And the scouts are still out. But there's a lot of army out for Villese, and Prisma probably doesn't feel like he can move out. Yeah, he'll play cav archers. This is a weird state. Khmer cav archers are okay for Castle Age. Long term, they're not so good. But, like, this game can end in Castle Age, so it's completely fine. Speaking of overchops, Prisma could overchop that tree. That's at 30 wood. One mistake can be GG here. The tree is no longer being chopped. Archer's still standing behind. Skirmisher's still massing at home. We see a second range from Villese. Overchop was found. Villese places a house there, so he's fine. And now he sees the cav archers. And, oh! Oh, I thought he could have run in. Running in there. Again, it's worth it. I really think there's been two opportunities. Especially there. But I think he still values these scouts being in front. One TC from Prisma. Woodlines are getting mighty sparse now, though. So he uses this time that he has to move over to the left side for a town center. Worth noting that he hasn't scouted fully where the stone and the golds are. There's a stone side and a gold side, and this is the stone side. But you do this for the woodlines. Yep, and now there's going to be elite skirm with the light cav. Villese the same deal. I don't think he scouted the sides too much. In theory, Prisma should add more scouts and go for light cav of his own to help against the skirms. But he hasn't done that so far. I think he wants these scouts now to deny any TCs. Yeah, the archer's going there. But here comes the skirms. And this could be a problem for the eco at home. Villese marching directly forward. Clearly, Prisma's hoping to deny the second town center positions. But now the light cav are here with skirms, and he needs an army to deal with this, and I don't think he does. Not easily, anyways. It's not like before. That house will go down. You can't repair it anymore. And now it's damage control and panic time. Honestly, high-level AoE's like... It's like Tetris. So, he gets the job done. Gets the siege workshop completed. It's still a lot of villager harassment, though, and he has lost 2 villagers already. But it could have been worse, and now he's got an army over here. But Villese can react in time. Villese knew the army wasn't around. He has the skirmishers at home, still knocking on the door. Obviously, still one town center, but... Yeah, skirms have good upgrades, and cav archers can't be engaging there, and you could just tell that Prisma is crumbling under the pressure. He's still getting pressured by Villese on the front. Villese has killed 4 villagers with this army. Make it 5 villagers with the army, and he also shoot away the cav archers there. Vill count's still really close, though. And that's just because of that second TC from Prisma, but I can't imagine the pressure on Prisma right now. So good from Villese. He's played amazing today. Doubt is really rooting for Prisma. I don't think Doubt wants to play Villese in this shape. Doubt's a great player, but both Villese and Doubt have been in Platinum. They have the experience, and they know each other very well. I think if Doubt were to play, somebody else, one of the younger players, he'd have the momentum and feel good about things. But my God, Villese just can't. He won't take a bad fight. Scorpions go down, Cav Archers go down, Light Cav Meat Shield is gone. I really think that something you should have considered if you're Prisma was a Knight or two. But he never really... I think he's over-queuing. He doesn't realize how much food he has. He's got 12 Vills in queue. He's hoping to use the Scouts that only have Bloodlines. The Skirms are still going to be fine to hang around. Second TC for Villese. Third TC for Villese on the other side. Very difficult eco to raid. And the Pastures, they are expiring. I find this state of the game really awkward with Pastures because they expire and then you have like no wood to build new ones. So I don't think his eco is quite as smooth as the Khmer's, but it's also not that good for Prisma either. Prisma drops the next TC. Feels like a position for a Siege Workshop from Villese. If he can start to apply pressure here, he could take down the TC and also push from the hill down into these Scorpions. He's adding the Lancers in hopes to snipe the Scorpions, but those are still 8-range Khmer Scorpions with a choke point. Nice job from Prisma to expand to the other side with the town center throughout all this. And nice job to keep the villagers producing, but Khmer Cav Archers just doesn't feel like it's it. It does not feel like a comfort zone for him right now. What is Wide thinking right now, watching this? Because I think he would have felt like Prisma could get one win at least. After his series earlier today, he probably thought that Prisma was going to go first. The Archer for Prisma's there. Let's see if Villese notices that. Villese is still far from his old self. He still gets housed a lot. Like, he gets housed really badly at random points. But he gets housed and then he immediately solves the problem. I feel like Khmer are much easier to play in late game. So maybe if you get there, it's okay. But, oh God, the Scorpions, the Scorpions, the Scorpions. Actually, the Lancers don't engage. Remember, the units for the Khitans are very squishy. They're low HP, only 60 HP. It's more about your economy and the amount of damage the units do. What on earth is the game plan here for Prisma, though? +2 armor now for the Lancers. For Villese, and a Villager will walk a long way, but go for a Siege Workshop. Honestly, though, defend with Scorpions and counterattack with the Cav Archers, Prisma. He's just sitting at home. Like, if you wall up, you don't need to have your Cav Archers here. Okay, finally, it comes to his mind. Like, you don't need the CA at all. The Scorpion defense is fine. So finally, he's going to move somewhere else. He knows about that town center at least, so maybe he can raid there. And then maybe Villese starts to make some mistakes. See, nothing really changes, right? If his Cav Archers arrive here, it's not a big deal. He garrisons all of his Vills. He's losing Vills to the Lancers and the Skirms. Nice play from Villese. But guys, Villese, he just knows. He's like, where am I exposed? Where would the army potentially go? He has army waiting here. That is amazing. And the siege will actually become a problem for Prisma pretty soon. This bonus was nerfed. The Spearman line and Skirmisher line training 15% faster. It used to be 25%, but that's still really nice in these moments. And I cannot say enough good things about how Villese has controlled this game. Look at that pasture economy. Be lovely if he could snag the second upgrade. Does the change they made to the farms also affect pastures, guys? It's a pretty big deal. It'd also be good for him to get ballistics. Okay, here comes Prisma. Prisma's going... He feels he has no choice. He'll come back to deal with this, but he doesn't know that there will be rocket carts as well. That's a good start, though. That's a good start. Again, the Lancers die very quickly. Honestly, take the Mangonel. Take the rocket cart with your Cav Archers, and then maybe you can clear. Oh, God, he's committing for it. He's committing for it. Can he get it, though? I think he can. Well played. Villese has to back off. Villese does have more army over here still knocking on the door. He hasn't made it through. The siege I can't speak. The siege workshop position could still be a problem, but That was the correct decision from Prisma, just to snipe the rocket cart. This is a crazy game. Villese needs to decide on what his gold unit is going to be here. And that's the key issue with this Civ. It's like you could play your own Cav Archers, you could play more Lancers, but you can't make Knights. And I think there's a risk that... Oh, as he gets through, maybe? Oh, no, he backs up. But yeah, I think there's a risk that Lancers are just too weak against Knights and Cav Archers. It's going to be full gold composition from Prisma, which means he can clear up the skirmishers, which he hasn't been able to do. The Knights are an awesome addition here. Scorpions are just patrolling here safely. Back at home, he's dropping lots of stables. Prisma can turn this around. Cav Archer Knight is just much stronger than Skirmisher Lancer. The only thing you're hoping for with the Lancers, of course, is that you get that one big engagement. But that's 60 HP, and the Knights have 120 HP. Shouldn't even be close. Skirms feel like a liability once you have to move across big maps as well. Obviously, it's been a very good game so far from Villese with good control. And here's a decent fight. But it's tough to be everywhere. You lack mobility with half your army. And Prisma really leaning into the aggression now. He'll go for the 4th TC. This game is so even right now. Skirms will have to come home for Villese to deal with the Cav Archers. I really think Prisma wants all of his army together. Villese will be happy to have the army split up. But this is not a fight that Villese can win. He is getting the +2 attack, but this is what I mean. Like, the skirmishers will all be killed off there. And he can run away with these Cav Archers. We'll see how the micro goes. Villese is starting to make camels now. Maybe that's the best decision. Camel feels like a really nice choice. You get the extra attack, and you get bonus damage against both the units here. Especially with the some of the Cav Archers being kind of weak. Camel does feel like your best option. But Prisma... He so badly wants platinum here. Goes full army. He could be in. He could dive here. And we have Villese on the way to Imp. Oh, man. Villese. Can he gather his nerve here? Can he hold against full army? No, it won't be full army. Prisma's on the way to Imp. Panic TC from Villese in the back. Just because the army could go through. What a recovery from Prisma. I thought he was really out of ideas. Raids from the Lancers on the side, though, could find some damage. He reacts immediately. He gets into the back. He's underneath 2 TCs, guys. 2 town centers are here. Camels are going to be here, too. Oh, but he clears the skirms. That's so nice. Clearing the skirms right there is good. The micro and the Cav Archers is still perfect. That's a lot of idle time for Villese. And the Scorpions are coming forward, too. Can Prisma do it? Can he go platinum? There's no longer any raids here. There's no raids down here. He's still hammering on the front. The eco is so idled for Villese. If you place this castle, that's when you think you have no answers. That is a castle simply to secure, I guess, like some pasture space. I think you got one moment, like one more really big fight if you're Villese, and that would be with heavy camo and armor. And I think that, because it's really difficult for Villese to, or for Prisma to upgrade the Cav Archers and the Knights, that could be the key. This is where the castle should have been. That is where the castle could and should have been for Villese. It gets denied for now. We also have raids up here in the north from Prisma. We're forcing more idle time. You're starting to split groups, though. That means the 7 camels could maybe find a fight. Bracer's the choice for Villese. His eco is so bad right now. His Vil count's fine. The efficiency on the eco is not. Worker efficiency last minute is 50%. He needs a market. He needs to use the market. It's so critical for him to get these upgrades. And I don't even think Bracer is the choice that I would have wanted him to go for. I guess, though, since it's mainly Cav Archers, he needs it. But he needs time to stabilize. Remember, in messy games, Khmer are king. And Prisma has just turned this into a really messy game. But also remember that Khmer Cav Archers, they're not the worst Cav Archers in the world, but they don't get thumb ring. Honestly, though, the fact that they get Parthian tactics is really nice. I still like Cav Archer Hussar as an option here. You do get Halb as an option long-term, too, with this Civ. Villese is currently fixing his economy and balancing things out there. And camels need to be saved. Do you want to toss away all your camels for scorpions right now? Yeah, he felt like he had to because he was already in the middle of the fight. But he's kind of backing off right now. The skirmishers are in here. Castle's in here. Prisma's denying the gold. Prisma needs to cover the map with castles right now. Rocket cart lands a nice shot. I don't think he knew about that castle. Oof. Yeah, he definitely didn't know about the castle. But Prisma needs to reclaim this area with a couple units and drop a castle there. Or drop the castles towards the middle. Or drop the castle here. Like, either way, like, basically this map control, this is where he needs to have the experience to know the map needs to be protected. Just like Villese is doing. Villese, oh, he'll complete the castle as well. Prisma's busy. I don't even know who's looking there. I think they're looking at this fight. But the castle will go up. The TC and the castle's there. The camels are there. So now we have 2 castles for Villese. One in the heart of his eco. And then another one in the north. The camels will kill that. And now I'm starting to get worried for Prisma again. Because the skirms will have better upgrades. And the camels... well, they don't have the greatest of upgrades. He doesn't have the armor yet. So Light Cav could... it's the same issue as Castle Age. Basically, if the Light Cav are here for the skirms are still vulnerable for Villese. It's a cost-efficient comp, but it's really difficult to get right. And I love that castle from Prisma. I love that. There's so much gold in the middle, and players oftentimes forget about that. More skirms are following up. But the issue for Villese is that his camels are getting sniped by the CA. He doesn't have protection in front of his skirmishers at all times. Oh, this is insane, chat. Who wins? Who wins? Villese has done such a good job at balancing out his eco after that raid. He's adding a lot more pastures in the back. This could be a 3-hour game. Prisma's population is better right now. I think it's easier to play, like, in these late game scenarios, you want that big mass of Cav Archers, right? And it seems to be working. The camels are not enough. The camels are going down to the CA. The skirmishers are getting sniped. Villese's castle spot gets denied. Yeah, Prisma's winning this. It's just easier to play. Like, just full patrol of your light Cav and your CA, and the fight is usually pretty good. Because that's what happens to a lot of the camels. They just get sniped. Prisma just needs to be careful. I wouldn't hate to see Lice Castle down here from Prisma. He'll secure more stone now, too. I wouldn't hate to see Villese eventually go for his own Hussar. But you don't get bloodlines, which means your units are really squishy and they lack the tankiness. Just need the Cav Archer mass to stay alive here if you're Prisma. Villese is not finished yet. More production on the way. Still has gold. It's 2-1 on relics. Villese could get the second for himself. There's 8k gold left on the map. There's 5k stone left on the map. Hussar upgrades on the way for Prisma. Oof. Okay, so that's maybe an example of a bad fight. There's too many camels. And I think he took some good engagements before, so he still feels confident. Because there's not many skirms in the group, but you have to be careful here. Notice how neither player is going for trebs. Oh, God. And, yeah, Villese doesn't have chemistry. That's true. Also, I think getting the second pasture upgrade would be pretty significant here. But not having chemistry means the skirmishers are not quite as strong. Oh, that's a nice start to the engagement for Prisma. Groups up around the skirms. We'll clear out the skirms. And then the Cav Archers are left, and they're clearly enough for the camels. Look at the micro as well. Pulling back the CA that was being attacked. And Villese, same old story as before. He will get lamellar armor now. So his infantry and skirmishers reflect melee damage. Oh, true. It's a bit of a weird tech. But it should be helpful with the amount of skirms that he has. This ball of Cav Archers has 70 kills. The Cav Archers are dominating the game. I want Prisma to mass Trebs now. Like, now you're winning the fights. Now your opponent is panicking. Mass Trebs, wait for 4 Trebs, and then start to make a move on one of these sides. He'll go for raids over here. He sees the double castle. Here he sees the castle as well. But guys, they nerfed the start for the Khitans because their late game was so oppressive, but they've never had a ridiculous late game. And clearly, they just don't have the units to compete right now. Man, dude, if Prisma does lose, though, not having a castle here with how much time he had is part of it. This is an area he has to have a castle. I would say buy it and drop a castle there. Villese has done a great job of bending, but not breaking. But this... Vilese's got the experience to know you need defensive castles. You cannot be leaving yourself exposed like this in these long games. And now you have to send your own Hussars here to clear up the Hussars. And now we have Ordo Cavalry, so Cav will regenerate HP in combat for Villese. I don't know how good that is, to be honest. But, I mean, it's obviously a tech that would make sense because you're fighting with Hussars now. He's only got... I think 4k gold of the gold remaining, Villese. And Prisma has at least control of the rest of it. And now Chemistry's coming in for Villese too. So he's realizing he doesn't have that. Kills 2 CA. A big issue for the Khitans here is they don't get Halb. And Khmer do, but it feels unlikely that Prisma's ever going to go for that. But in late stages, you kind of want fully upgraded Skirms, fully upgraded Halb. You want Hussars. Not getting Halb means you'd have to make Camels or your own Hussars to beat the opponent's Hussars, essentially. And the Camels clearly isn't working, as Prisma will come forward for another castle. Oh, man. More raids will continue over here. So that's still an issue, and that means he needs to pressure. But he's still got such a nice opportunity to have some progress over here. I think the skirms for Villese need to back up here. The reflecting damage thing is kind of weird, but basically, whatever damage the skirms are taking, some of that gets dished back out to the Hussars. But the Hussars still kill the skirms so quickly, I don't think it's something to be worried about. Still worried about that. But yeah, Vilese's got 75 on food now. More on food than the Khmer. He's backing up. Cav Archer count is down to 24. In this group, at least. Trebs for Prisma coming forward. Fighting in the choke point is so good for him. I think that Villese needs to maybe delete his stables, but he's spending a lot of his time focusing down the Cav Archers with the skirms. That castle's so good. The amount of time on this gold is so good. He's going for Elite Ballista. Elite Ballista Elephant. Honestly, I think it's good play. And double crossbow. It's kind of poorly timed because he's about to run out of most of his gold. But if it works now, that doesn't matter. He's going to end it with what the Khmer are really good at, the elephants. There's a random petard in the fight. Don't ask me why, but there is. The Trebs are getting sniped by the Hussars. If the elephants don't end up massing, this might end up being a waste of gold. Hussars are really cheap for Villese. Villese doesn't take the Treb, though. Villese still getting raids, though. But every time he gets a villager kill, that's just another Hussar he has to deal with. So 300 IQ from Prisma. He's like, kill my villagers. I need more Hussars. Or I need more Ballista Elephants. It's true, though. He had enough units in queue. He can lose 30 vills. It'd probably be okay. He still has a very good position on the front. And he'll now send Hussars to the left side to go for raids. Yeah, and now he could defend this and drop a castle there. It's perfect. The fact that he got double crossbow is also really nice. And awesome killer raids. Now, it's not the same situation for Villese. He's been struggling to keep the units queued. So if he loses villagers, that actually hurts him. Nice house walls, though. I mean, clearly so much fight. He does end up defending. He also does have the Hussars here, and he refuses to quit. And guys... the Ballista Elephants were really costly. That could have been more Cav Archers or more Trebs. And the Trebs are getting sniped. There's 0 on gold for Prisma. There is a little bit of gold around. Oh, but he saves the trebuchet. My God. What a game. Again, this could be a 3-hour game. Like, there's so much wood on the map, and they both have such corner positions secured. Honestly, get crop rotation and prepare for the late game. Also, we have some trebs from Villese, so he might make a move for this castle. Or for this castle. That would be the crazy play. More castles from Prisma. I mean, the ballistas are really, really strong. So it's hard for me to say it's a waste of gold, but he needs the trebs to actually break Villese. And, well, here we go. The trebuchets from Villese. He waits for 4 of them, which is what you want. I think he only has 3 firing here. The Hussars will obviously react. Villese could snipe his own treb. And Prisma will hold the castle. His army's just so strong. His army's just so strong. The ballistas have 14 kills. The Hussars shred the skirms. Skirms have been an absolute liability the entire game. You just can't keep them alive. There's 100 on food for Villese, and his units will just not live. His Hussars aren't tanky enough. His skirms are not the proper unit. And now Prisma will come for another castle. Maybe a bit early, but I like the energy. There's only 1,800 gold left on the map. But the gold units, if you're patient with them and you micro them back, you will never lose. He's done such a nice job. The Cav Archers has been the game-winning play. Ended up being a really nice choice. The skirms are trying to focus them down. Prismas will attempt to treb the left side. The units for Villese are just not killing fast enough, guys. I think Villese needs to quickly wall this. You show the trebs, everything needs to be protected. Oh my God. He's kind of doing it. He might save the trebs. Maybe some panic for Prisma now. That's crazy. Oh no, but the Hussars get through there. Of course there's a hole. There's one hole. And there's no murder holes either. So the trebs can get hit and the ballistas can use the range. Yo, what a response from Prisma. Everything to the hill for both players now. But everything for Villese will die. His units just die so quickly. I love that too for Prisma. Hops into the castle. Why not? It also regenerates your Cav Archer HP too. So that healing is pretty massive. And he even body blocks the trebs for a little while here. And he'll save them. He's got more Hustlers on the way. Could always mass trebs or rams for this side. We do have the... Okay, he was making a camel treb. Or mounted trebuchet or whatever. And Villese has now canceled it. Guys, Villese's units just aren't strong enough. The Khitan late game just... Even with both the unique techs, even with that much on food, it just there isn't enough tankiness to the army, and the extra attack doesn't happen anymore. Prisma does it in the final game, dude. Oh, damn. Wow, well, congratulations to him. Well, I need to double check just to make sure that I am not misrepresenting the situation, but he left it to the last second. It was certainly a tough game. It was a tough fight. But the Cav Archers were the key this game. 106 kills on them. The Ballista Elephants as well ended up having 63 kills. That mid-Castle Age moment where he went full army was ridiculous. Because he was nervous. It felt like he had no way of pushing back the skirms. And then he went like, what was it? At that time, like 3 or 4 stables with full CA. And then whoosh, just army everywhere. I wonder if Villese could have considered his own Cav Archers. Like in Castle Age, he could have gone for heavy CA. The upgrade's pretty cheap, and then you have mobility. But he felt pretty hard committed to skirms at that point, and it felt really hard to make the switch. Let's just double check real quick. For Villese, that affects his chances at playoffs as well. So it's a huge game. Could end up being very good for Doubt, right? Or anyone that could face Villese in the playoffs. But yeah, with that, whew, Prisma. He wins first place on tiebreak. So he and Wide tie with 10 wins. They tie with 4 set wins. But in the group stage, Prisma had beaten Wide. So he wins with the tiebreak. Congratulations to Prisma. He'll be in platinum. Wide could be plat, but he goes second place and will be playoffs. Villese could be playoffs, but that depends on what happens in our next series between Vallès and Miguel. And let's actually double check this. I think Vallès, if he wins 2-1. Yeah, basically, if Vallès wins 2 games, he takes the third place position and he goes into the playoffs. If he loses 2-1 or worse, then Villese goes playoffs. And then obviously with the next series for Miguel, the other thing is if Miguel wins 3-0, he survives in gold and relegates Vallès. So Vallès is either playoffs, gold the next season, or relegated based on the next one. Sick. I want to see if I could get Prisma in here. It's my goal to interview people. Should be here with Prisma, who just got promoted to Platinum League. Prisma, how are you? With me, I have Petito, who is my admin, who will be doing the translating for Prisma. Prisma, how are you feeling after your results?
Ok. ¿Cómo te sentís, Prisma?
Muy contento, muy feliz por haber clasificado en el primer puesto. ¿Prendo la cámara? Pregúntale. No sé si prendo la cámara.
He's quite happy. No hace falta cámara. He's saying that he's super happy and really happy to be first position, yeah.
Okay. Can you ask him how much training he put in for Titans League? Because it looked to me like he was really well prepared.
¿Cuánto entrenaste, Primita, para esto? ¿Cuánto te preparaste? Porque parecía que estabas muy bien preparado.
Sí, entrené bastante con el equipo de Wonder, más que nada con Seba y Lucho y Nico. Y sí, entrené bastante para este torneo, de los que más entrené.
Yeah, he said he trained a lot with all the Wonders team, with Lucho, with Nico. And basically, it's one of the tournaments he trained mod for.
Okay, awesome. Ask him what his expectations were, because this is a very difficult group with many good players. Did he feel it was achievable to be first place in this group, or was that even beyond his wildest dreams?
¿Qué expectativas tenía para el grupo? Porque era un grupo bastante difícil. Era como tenías varios jugadores muy buenos. Bueno, Villese sin ir más lejos. ¿Creías que podías salir primero? ¿Pensaba que no? ¿Cómo te sentías antes de empezar el grupo?
Yo creo que cuando arranqué el torneo no me veía con muchas chances de quedar primero ni segundo. Más que nada por el tema de los mapas. No sentía que eran mi mejor virtud los mapas cerrados y los híbridos. Pero cuando empecé a jugar las series me sentí más cómodo, la verdad. Pero no, esperaba un tercer puesto más o menos.
Okay. So he says that before starting the tournament, he didn't felt super confident because besides of the many good players, he didn't quite feel confident with the map pool, with the closed map, with the hybrid maps. But as soon as he started playing, he started to gain more and more confidence. And at a certain point, he said, okay, I can do this. But before starting, he expected a third position.
Okay, interesting. Well, I think the final questions for me really all come down to the final series. I want to know how much pressure he felt before the first game happened today, so at the start of the series. And I also want to hear how he was feeling after losing the first 2 games and needing to win the final game.
Okay. Respecto a la última serie, la que jugaste recién, ¿cuánta presión tenías antes del primer game? ¿Cuánta presión tenías después del primer game? ¿Y cuánta presión tenías después del segundo game? Tipo, estabas como después del primer game dijiste, ok, tengo que ganar un game solo. Después del segundo dijiste, este lo gano. O dijiste, no, ya fue, la peché. ¿Cómo te sentías en los 3 momentos?
Mira, yo estaba muy nervioso con esta serie. La verdad, antes que... Sabía que tenía que ganar la serie hasta que vi que Overtaken le ganó una partida a White. Pero siempre estuve muy nervioso y creo que la serie se notó. La primera partida la tenía ganada y cuando la perdí dije, no, esto va a ser un 3-0 y me desmotivé bastante. Por eso quise jugar su mapa para decir, bueno, ya está, es un 2-0 en serio, tengo que sí o sí jugar con la última partida en serio y intentar remontarlo. Pero la verdad que sí, no, toda la serie tuve bastante bajón y nervioso. Por el tema de presionarme a mí mismo, ganar una sola partida, era más presión que ganar la serie realmente.
Claro, 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 claro. Okay, so he was super nervous for the series in general, until he saw Overtaken took a game from Wide. So that at that moment he said, "Okay, this is doable." But he was super nervous all the series. He was winning. He felt like he was leading game one, and after he kind of like throw the first game, he says like, "Dude, I suck. This is gonna be 0-3 for me. Like Villese is gonna sweep." And that's why he went for Vilese's home map as the second game. He says like, "Okay, let's get this out of the way. I only need to get one game, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to snag the win on the second game, and if not, the third game I have to win it."
Did he feel he was losing game 3 at a certain point? And was he nervous there?
¿Sentiste que se te escapaba el tercer game en algún momento? ¿Y estabas nervioso? ¿O dijiste, no, lo voy a ganar igual? ¿Cómo lo sentiste? Porque fue medio ida de vuelta.
La verdad es que cuando arranqué la última partida me sentía muy cómodo el match, me parecía un buen match para mí, pero cuando empezó a pasar los minutos y sentía que no podía hacer daño, sí me puse un poco más nervioso, pero nunca como el primer game. El primera partida fue la partida que más nervioso tuve porque siempre supe que estaba muy arriba en la partida y cada vez la estabas tirando. Pero la última partida no tuve tantos nervios, la verdad, porque sabía que en Imperial mi CV era mejor, en mi opinión.
Ok. O sea, como que estuviste tranquilo, después menos y después volviste a estar tranquilo,
Sí.
digamos, en el último game. Ok. So he says he started the third game feeling pretty confident. He liked the matchup. Afterwards, as the minutes went by, he started to feel a little bit less confident because Villese had a lead at a certain point during mid game. But in the long run, he had a better seed for the late game. So as soon as the game began to go late game, he regained his confidence. Anyways, he didn't feel as nervous as the first game. Like the first game was the most stressing part of the series for him.
Okay. Final question. Did he celebrate at all? Like, what happened when he won the game? Because he was no longer at his computer when I messaged him.
Ok, ¿qué hiciste? ¿Fuiste a celebrar? ¿Fuiste ahora porque te tomaste estos 5 o 10 minutos después de que te fuiste, que terminó la serie? ¿Fuiste a gritar? Imagino que algo y saliste de la compu, algo hiciste para sacar el estrés.
Sí, no, fui a hablar con mi familia que estaban viendo la partida y nada, me fueron a felicitar y eso, por eso tardé un poco. Pero sí,
Ah,
siempre ven las partidas.
he just went to celebrate with his family. His family was like watching the games, and he went to celebrate and get the congratulations from him.
Awesome. Well, Prisma, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. You want to see, as a host, it's been really motivating for me to see players like you work hard and move up from lower leagues and make the rise to Platinum League. And you've had the skill that's been very clear for like 2 years now, but the practice was important and the experience was important, and you finally you have it all now. So congratulations to you. You deserve it, and good luck to you in Platinum the next season.
Bueno, básicamente te felicita porque dice que como host le gusta ver a jugadores como vos que tienen la actitud, que tienen futuro y que además se esfuerzan. Como que todos creemos yo también que tenés las cualidades para llegar lejos, pero además de eso se necesita entrenamiento y bueno, vos lo estás demostrando, está contento de que me fuiste subiendo de categoría, llegaste a platino, así que nada, felicitaciones de la parte de T90 y mía también, súper merecido.
Bueno, muchas gracias a vos, Patito, y a T90. Gracias por hacer este tipo de torneo que motivan mucho a los jugadores como yo, que estamos creciendo de a poco de nivel y que nos motiva a seguir jugando este juego. Y nada, muchas gracias por seguir apoyando a la comunidad.
Yeah, she's just saying thank you for organizing this kind of tournaments that helps most players, not only like the growing players. And he really appreciate the tournament and thank you for hosting it.
Okay. Well, muchas gracias. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I know some Spanish, guys. Salutes in chat, please, for Prisma. Congratulations again to him. I meant the words that I said. He's had the skill. He needed the experience. people need to train to get out of these leagues, and it seems like his teammates really had his back, and he put the work in. Also, shout out to Petito for hopping in last second for the interview. So sorry the start there was a little bit off, but glad we could get an interview with Prisma since this means a lot to him. It's what it's all about, guys. It's what it's all about.